After the argument we had at dinner, I'm really worried that Usman's not going to respect my boundaries about having the second wife live in America. But Usman and I are flying out today to Sokoto to get his mom's blessing.
No, Kim, no, there shouldn't be a but in that sentence. If you're worried he doesn't respect your boundaries, why the heck are you so determined to get married? Thankfully, there might just be one person who's about to save Kim from herself.
I'm really nervous because Usman's mom has the power to end this relationship. What do we do if your mom says no? Like, what happens? Is there any way we can get around that? Or
we cannot get married if she says no.
So we join Kim and Usman in this episode with the future of their relationship at stake. The pair are headed to the city of Sokoto to meet Usman's mum and ask for her blessing for their marriage. But it's not going to be easy because from the get-go, Usman warns us,
Sokoto is my hometown. That is where the Islamic religion is most strong, very conservative and so traditional.
And for obvious reasons, Kim's aware that in order to win Usman's mum's blessing, she has her work cut out for her.
I'm older, I'm American, I can't have children. I am certainly not the ideal choice for his mom.
And there's also the added complication of Usman's ex-wife, Lisa.
I am crazy nervous. Meeting my mom with another older American lady. We know that we have a big challenge because even though this is the first time they're going to meet Kimbaaaly, all they're going to have in their head is what happened with my ex. I don't want that.
So, with the stage set for what promises to be a tense encounter, the pair arrive in Sokoto and are greeted by Usman's friend.
Kimbaaaly.
You have to say Kimberly. Because y'all call me Kimberly. Kimbaaaly. Well, Kimberly.
Kimbaaaly seems to like Sokoto, and you can understand why, because if Usman is to be believed, she's dating the most famous person to have ever come out of this region.
Welcome to Sokoto.
It's really pretty here. Camels! That's a camel!
I'm the most successful artist from my region. A region that comprises over 100 and something million people. There is nobody above me in my region. I'm the only person that has fans all over the world from my region. Super proud of that.
I really don't know where Usman is getting all of this from. From all of the research I've tried to do, and all of the comments that have been left under my videos from African and specifically Nigerian viewers, Usman isn't that well known. This man is ridiculous. I come from the same place he does, and I have never heard of him before this show, and no one talks about him over here. On behalf of Nigerians, we don't know Usman. He's not famous here. Only heard about him via this show. As an African, Usman is only known because of 90 Day Fiancé. Even Nigerians don't know his music. So maybe someone can tell me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like people actually know him. This guy is living in a make-believe world. And perhaps that's why he likes Kim, because she does a great job of playing along with it and inflating his huge ego.
Occupation. What will I put? What is my occupation, babe?
International superstar.
I love you for that, babe. I love you for that.
Now, I think it's significant that while boasting about how successful he is, Usman gives us a clue as to what his intentions are. The self-proclaimed king of Africa wants more. He wants to expand his kingdom.
I get recognized everywhere. I get, like privileges, opportunities. But life, I'm building to go higher.
Having already conquered Africa, at least in his own mind, what could possibly be higher than moving across to America? After all, in past seasons, he's already admitted that he'd love to be famous in the States.
And I love to be a bigger celebrity in the States, like Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Jay-Z. Amen, amen. I believe it and it will happen.
But to get to America, he'd need some help. And that is an important word, help.
Our whole relationship is at stake if we don't get his mom's blessing because we want to get married and, I want to help bring him to America. That won't happen if his mom says no.
That's a very interesting phrase from Kim, isn't it? She wants to help bring him to America, as though it's something he's actively working towards, but just needs some assistance with. That increases the stakes even further, because if Usman's ultra-religious mother opposes his marriage to Kim, that means no green card and no opportunity to further his career in America. And as if they needed any warning as to how tough getting his mother's approval will be, Kim displays her lack of religious and cultural awareness by making a big mistake with Usman's friend.
It feels good to sit down.
Long trip.
Oh, bye.
No. We don't do that here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
This seemingly innocent gesture could apparently cause great offence in the Islamic world, and it just goes to show how out of her comfort zone and ill-equipped Kim is with this world that she finds herself in.
woman touching is highly prohibited in my state. Yeah, I will tell you now.
Sorry.
Islamically, you are not allowed to touch any woman that is not yours.
Okay.
Now, Usman admits that he himself isn't a good Muslim.
See, let me tell you, the reality is that even me, I'm not allowed to touch you. Like it's a sin.
I'd have been back in California a long time ago.
So he's clearly willing to make allowances to the rules if it means a potential green card and international stardom. But Kim's error with Usman's friend reminds her that there's a lot she doesn't know, meaning a very large possibility she might make a mistake in front of the lady she's looking to impress.
How do you feel right now?
I'm nervous.
Why?
I just want them to like me, Usman. Like, what do I do when I meet your mom? I don't want to hug her because I'm scared.
Usman explains to Kim that she just needs to bow her head and show respect. But Kim need not worry, because the next morning, Usman makes his way to see his mum without Kim.
So I'm going to go and meet my mom one-on-one first in order to help my mom to understand who Kimbaaaly is before she meets Kimbaaaly tomorrow.
Usman is nervous. He explains that he might be the king of Africa, but even the king has to answer to someone.
It's just about making my mom happy. She give command and orders. She'll be like, Usman, yes, mommy, I want to eat chicken now. So I make sure that mom eat chicken.
This is the big boss, and impressing her is not going to be easy.
I had a similar story like this when I brought my ex, and I'm worried my mom will not approve our relationship because of what happened.
Usman begins by telling his mum that there's a foreign lady who he'd like her to meet. And while he doesn't tell his mum that they're in a relationship or that he intends to marry her, within seconds his mum understands the reason for Usman's visit and asks a question she's clearly concerned about.
To wai misali ka gana ka gani shekarunta na.
Shekaran ta 50.
Bismillah.
The look of disappointment in her face is very real, and Usman seems embarrassed to tell his mum the truth. She doesn't want him to marry an older foreign lady. She wants him to have a young local bride.
Ini ya kai aure ka bar ta hidiman jawo mutane nan na nisa kuma ka auri wadda za ta baka ƴaƴa wadda ke da ƙananan shekaru.
Fearing that her son has a quirky taste in women, she makes a point of saying she can find him a local suitable bride of any variety within 7 days.
Ina da su cike-ciken mutane na kala da suka fika da kalar da ba ka kai ka ba. Bai aure bai wuce kwana 7 sai mashi aure kuma yanzu ma akwai wanda suke son shi suna nan zaman su zube ya ce na'am kawai ake jira.
It's a good thing that Kim wasn't there to hear that, because drinks would have probably gone flying. But things get even worse for Usman when his mum, before he even asks, spells out exactly where she stands on any potential marriage to Kim.
In dai da wata magana ce irin waccan ta waccan. Abin nan ba zan yadda ba. Dole in maka magana ba in ta kyale ka haka lokaci ya tafi.
Gaskiya.
Now, I'm not sure if that was lost in translation somehow, or if Usman just agreed that Kim might be a mistake. But on that topic of foreigners, Usman's mum points out that the Usman around foreigners isn't the real Usman. He seems to change around foreigners. Dare I say it? He seems to put on an act.
Ya samu mata a nan gida dan dai na ko yanzu yin shi cikin su ya kamata su kasance su.
Now, everything that Usman's mum has just said doesn't seem to bode too well for the prospect of Kim and Usman getting married. Some might even say Usman's mum has done Kim a huge favour by denying the marriage. But the door isn't completely shut. There's something that Usman's mum says that scares the life out of me. While she's clearly against the idea of marrying a foreign lady as wife number one, she might not be against a foreign marriage if the foreigner is wife number two.
Ya samu mata nan gida mana. Sannan ya gama ta Amerika bayan samu ta nan gida.
Kim wouldn't accept that, would she? Surely not. I mean, I know she's desperate to marry Usman, but would she accept him marrying someone else first? I'd hope not, but the way this woman acts, you just never know. For what it's worth, Usman hasn't given up hope either. While he acknowledges that he may need a miracle, he's going to come back with Kim tomorrow regardless.
I will still bring Kimbaaaly to meet my mom. We have to tell my mom that this is the woman and I really love her. We're just going tomorrow and then we'll pray hard tonight.
Maybe, just maybe, Usman's mum might be the best thing to ever happen to Kim. That's assuming, of course, that Kim isn't desperate enough to accept being relegated to the position of wife number two.